everybody, I am Tom and you are watching me play Divinity Original Sin 2. So my game crashed, which has never happened to me in Divinity before. Last time we killed a bunch of guys around Fort Joy, and we're going to continue to do so this episode.
Out of sight of the Magisters.
Indeed. So we came up here last time and we started this fight, which I'm going to do again, but it's... For some reason, there was like a DirectX crash, which is like something I've never seen before in this game, ever. So I don't know what was going on with that. In here. Yeah, for now. I have no idea what was going on with that. Intruder! This is pretty much identical to what happened last time. So we've got Paladin CORK here, who is down here, and we're going to try and keep him alive. I don't know how well we're going to be able to manage it. Last time we didn't do too badly, but... Don't necessarily want to count my chickens before they hatch. The easiest way to keep him alive, by the way, is to teleport him the fuck away, so that he's not in the fight. I don't need to heal him yet. Instead, we'll do a Winter Blast. Can't hit all three, but I should be able to hit both of these guys, which will freeze him and get rid of most of our magic armor. It's a shame. That got rid of my haste, by the way. I'm not slowed because oil ordinarily will slow you, but if you slow someone who's hasted, they just go back to normal walking speed. If I try and walk through this oil, I will be slowed immediately. We actually got more people in the fight this time. These two archers didn't make it all the way across last time, which is kind of funny. There we go. Shocked. Let's use adrenaline here, I think is the correct option. Shocked. I can then put down some rain, and that will stun both of these guys. Crowd control, as I said, particularly with Aero Hydro, is very, very easy to crowd control huge groups, which is really, really nice. Amazingly, he didn't even get an attack off. I don't know why he came up here. I'll be able to teleport him away before we get to his next turn anyway. Not with her though, she already used teleport. Because I can. Kind of ridiculous vision we've got over here. So she's stunned as well. Height advantages make a significant difference in this game. First aid, it's kind of annoying. I can deal with an assassinate. Let's get rid of him. Let's really get rid of him. Apologies for those sneezes if I forget to edit them out, which is more than a possibility. It is currently spring in Australia, so I have hay fever. Now, keeping Paladin CORK alive can be annoying because he tends to do this, i.e. run directly into danger. We can give him Uncanny Evasion, which will be nice, and give myself Bullhorns for free. Let's do an Encourage here. And is there anyone missing physical armor? Tipple is, but he has a fair amount. It looks like Cork may be running to attack this archer, so I'll get rid of some of her physical armor just so he can get through to her health a little quicker. In fact, I get rid of all of her physical armor, apparently. So most of these attacks will miss if they attack Cork. The ricochet missed Cork, but somehow bounced off and hit us. That was... Don't know how that works, but whatever. I guess it bounces off his armor, is the idea. Alright, we're starting to get some spells back, which is nice. The rangers are a bigger problem, that is true. Speaking of rangers, let's do an infect here. That'll do a bunch of damage.
And make sure Cork doesn't leave.
Weird. He usually gives that dialogue like at the start of the fight, but whatever. Making use of that that evasion aura, goddamn. Run through like 6 attacks of opportunity. And then went back to where he started. Okay, cool. I could do such good attacks here, but he stands right in the middle of them. 3 guys I could hit with that. I'll go for these 2. Both chilled. Unfortunately, I don't actually have a way of freezing them. Having said that, them being chilled is arguably enough. What are you doing? I wanted you to attack them. I didn't want you to get off your perch. Whatever. She might draw a few attacks. She did. She drew at least 1. If they're attacking me, they're not attacking Cork. If they're not attacking Cork, he may not die. Having said that, I don't want Losa to die either. Red Prince should be fine. We can Ice Fan down here and hit both of them. Yep.
I'll yield to none.
Killed one, froze the other. Lightning damage down here. Kill that one. And also electrify all this blood and water, which is cool as well. I'll check a heal on... Cork is actually fine. That evasive aura did some serious work. Just 2 guys beating each other in the physical armor. Not doing a whole lot. That isn't bad. Both chilled. Attack 2 will retreat back up to high ground, because I didn't want to run down in the first place. And we can do a lightning here. That'll work. I'm not worried about one swordsman. He's not going to be able to do enough to me. He could do a knockdown, I suppose, but it's unlikely. Dazing Bolt. I think this will hit all 3. Nope, just hit them. Unfortunate. 51. How much damage do I do on my regular attack? 13 to 14, not much. So I could do like 30. He's shocked and chilled. Alright, so what I'll do is I'll adrenaline here. I'm gonna hit him twice. That could kill him. In fact, it did. In fact, it didn't, because for some reason, I don't know what happened there. I'm gonna get out of range of that archer and this melee guy. Well, that worked out well. teleport this guy on top of these two. I can't really get off here, so I need to go down this ladder first. I can bull rush to here. Which made them both stunned for some reason. I don't know why that happened, but I'll take it. And we'll heal... Nobody? I guess we'll go invisible. On the small chance she runs up to try and shoot us rather than shooting Cork, which is a possibility. Interesting. First aid on herself. I guess that's one route to go. Alright. So these guys... Nice to see you. One more out. How much health do you have? This actually went better than the first time, even. I don't think Cork has lost his armor yet, even. Which is kind of insane. Alright, he's frozen. Run over to here. Give Paladin Cork uncanny evasion, just so he doesn't get hit by any arrows. Not that I think he particularly needs it, but... May as well put regeneration on the Red Prince, just to get him up to full health. I like Cork, kill him. Then I'll run up here. 1 AP. I guess just run closest to Cork as you can. Because I want the Red Prince to be the one that gets into the, Why would you not attack the guy with 4 health in front of you? I mean, fine, I guess. I don't really care, but... I guess he has more physical armor is probably why she didn't go for it, but... This one's dead. How far can I get with 1 AP? Maybe. Yep. Hold on, Cork.
By Lucian's sword, these magisters are madmen. Are you alright, lizard?
Huh. I'd die of shame before letting some human into you. I'm fine.
Well, this human thanks you for your help.
He pauses a moment to wipe a thick mixture of sweat and blood from his brow before continuing.
I still can't believe they had the gall to attack me. It's high treason to go after a paladin like that. We're Divine Order, gods damn it. Our superiors will be very interested to hear this.
Why did it take you so long to realize the Magisters are bad news? You must be frightfully naive.
I wouldn't be so certain of that. They've got most folks on the mainland properly fooled. I never would have believed what goes on here until I saw it with my own eyes. But we've stood about talking long enough. And this place is no roadside tavern. It's certain death if we keep lingering.
Where will you go?
First things first.
Where will you go, I
need
suppose?
to get the lay of the land inside Fort Joy. I was sent here to make an official report on what exactly goes on here. I don't intend to run away now. After that, though, and without the Magister's help, there's nowhere to go but the hollow marshes. They say they're haunted, but I don't believe in bogeymen. I was once told there's an old harbour on the far side of the island, and where there's a harbour, there may be a boat. I must be off, and so should you. Best of luck to you. You deserve better than this place.
He doesn't have anything particularly interesting on him. But he'll run off. So we save Paladin Cork, which is nice. It doesn't do a whole lot for us, but later we'll see him later. And I'm glad to have saved him, because he is a good man. I mean, he's a man. And as a lizard, I don't like men, because they suck. Oh, there we go. Did I get everybody? I think I looted everybody. There's also a bunch of stuff up here that's probably worth looting. I believe there's like a set of armor in here that's fairly good. Magister's breastplate. Survivor's Guide to Animal Handling. Couple of books here. The rest I'm not particularly interested in. I'll take the knife, I suppose. Lucky found a lockpick. I think you have to pick this. I don't think there's any way to get around it elsewise. But so we saved a paladin. Paladin, as he... Oh, I failed at unlocking it. I don't think I can kill it. Nope, has no health. That's unfortunate. I really need to get higher thievery on Losa. Alright, so that's one fight down. There's a few more we can do. There's one in the basement of this, this castle. The basement of the dungeons, I should say. Oh, I almost missed this chest. That's something you should probably loot. There we go. Ice fan. You don't have ice fan, do you? You do now. Uncanny evasion is like a buff, so I want it with my buffs. Sure. That works. Also, while we're here, you can learn first aid. You can't actually have it yet, so whatever, but... Wizard mitts. Do you know teleport, perchance? No, you don't yet know teleport. So I guess... These aren't good for you, right? No. These, however, require finesse, but you can probably wear them. I'm not going to wear them yet, simply because I want to keep teleportation, and until she can learn the skill, I don't want to give it to her. This, don't need, this, don't need. They're better than her shoes, incredibly. These are probably better even... Yeah, they're better even still. Here we go, Magister's breastplate. I don't think this is as good as what we've got. No, nowhere close. Physical armor, don't care. Two-hander, don't care. Don't care. Okay, everything can go in here. Alright, I think we're good. We have shitty shoes on. That's something. I just have really shitty shoes for some reason. I've yet to find, like, good boots. It's kind of strange, actually. You can have both of these, because you're going to learn them eventually. Alright, I think we're good. As I'm sitting here inventory managing. Also, I forgot to start my timer again because of the crash. So, my timer is completely off. I'm going to assume that took me like 10 minutes. And then we're going to go from there. Let's see. Did I sell all my shells? I didn't. I still have a few. Alrighty then. With that inventory management out of the way, there's some stuff around here that's arguably worth looting. Nails, particularly, are really good, and I'll show you right now, actually. I've been holding off doing this. There's a chest around here as well, by the way. Speaking of boots, I require 11 strength for them. That's a shame. Also, peace of not mind. You hold on to it for now. Bang, bang. If you take nails and you combine them with shoes, it gives the shoes immunity to slipping, so you'll no longer fall over when you're walking over ice, which is really cool. I think what we do is this. So she can wear these because she's got the required strength, and he can wear these. There we go, much better. So we now both have immunity to slipping, which is nice, and we both have, like, actual boots. So that's something. But that is a kind of niche use for nails, which is really good. Elsewise, you can turn them into lockpicks, which is also rather useful. But I'm going to walk around here, because there's a few things we can do. For starters, if we hit this, we can lower this bridge over here. Which gives us another way to actually leave the fort. Which is by the front door, essentially. This takes us out to the bog. Right to... This here is the Holy Marches Bridge. I'm going to come out and talk to Zaliskar, because he may have some stuff that I want to buy. I doubt it. I want to get skills before I get other stuff, but...
The hooded man exudes a restrained menace that near matches your own. As he raises his head, the hood falls back, revealing the gleaming bone visage of an undead.
Be not frightened of me, delicate-fleshed one. There's far worse than my bite in this quagmire. Perhaps I can even offer some aid, if you've the coin. Do you desire trinkets from the ancients? For the smallest of costs, I'll tell you. Barely a trifle.
Ask the imposing undead who he is.
With a horrific rasp of bone scraping against bone, he bows low before you.
Call me Zaliskar. Naught else concerning me is yours to ask. My business is my own, and none of it yours.
Ask what he means by ancients.
Why, the undead, of course. We rise. We rise. There is a stirring. Have you not felt the whisper of the grave upon the winds? The covenant will be fulfilled. Glashel demisht vmashtim.
Interesting. Look around. What's there to be scared of around here?
You look like a one to know already. There's source in you. I can smell it. I can feel it pulsing with every beat of your fragile heart. There's ones like you close by. The Seekers. I came here with them. But Magisters sank their ship.
Ask him about the Seekers. What are they? We've already heard about these from Han, but we'll ask him as well.
Sorcerers, like yourself. Seek them out and you might find what it is that they seek.
Ask him where I can find these Seekers.
The ones that live still? Cowering in some shrine in the depths of the swamp, twiddling their bleeding thumbs. If you're lucky, maybe you'll find them before something else finds you.
How do you plan on leaving since the boat's been destroyed?
He spits something dark and viscous onto the earth. You notice the little horror wriggling deep into the soil.
Ugh.
If the little Seekers manage to steal the Magister's ship, the Lady Vengeance, maybe I'll find a way on board. Worry not about me. I have my methods. Worry for your own self.
Those trinkets you messin sound intriguing. What have you got to sell?
I only stock the best baubles, the choicest curios. Take a look. Precious wares, are they not?
Alright, so Zaliskar sells a bunch of fairly good stuff, but it's usually insanely expensive. As you see here, like a ring with Aerothurge, that's really good for us, but it's $500 and we only have 1,000. Granted, we can get like $300 worth of stuff here. That's a really good shield right there. Average. Wands. 8 to 9 fire. Zake's Talon. I'm not too worried about any of this stuff, if I'm being perfectly honest. The ring is the only thing that maybe I would want. And even then, like, not necessarily. Get rid of the repair hammer. I'll spend 173 on the ring. It's fine. Alright. So extra Aerothurge plus magic armor is always good. I don't really need the shiny red ball, so I'm actually going to get rid of it. The author delights in regaling you with long, tedious tales of skinning and tanning the hides of various animals. The animals seem less delighted. The practical skills to be gleaned are few but valuable. For the rest, that is time you'll never get back. For this, you would tan the author's own hide. Okay. So, it's useful for a few recipes, but not much. What is this? Book. Military Essays 1. What makes an expert swordsman? There are 3 types of swordmen. The beginners, the bravados, and the masters. If you've already learned the basics techniques, you can easily distinguish the beginners from the experts. A beginner does not know how to hold a sword properly, and his fighting stance is completely unbalanced. The bravados are versed in the arts of sword fighting, but they reveal their knowledge merely through exhibition. You can find many bravados at fairs, where they demonstrate their skills in front of the excited masses. A real swordmaster is a mentor who travels from town to town to teach his skills, but he will always hide his best tricks. A true swordmaster will teach you everything you know, not everything he knows. Interesting. The Little Book of Big Booms by Zierzig Zollenfolst. That sounds like a gnome. Rain and lightning, blood and oil. These are the ingredients of Rivland's most explosive recipes. Consider these combinations when trolls come seeking a holiday feast. Fire and water for a nice sizzling steam bath. Fire and oil for a small contained blaze. Just isn't enough. Fire and blood because there's nothing more fearsome than a cloud of blood. Fire and poison. Consider the blast your guest's main course and the ensuing mist their dessert. And remember, you can add electricity to any cloud for a shocking spicy finish. Cool. That's kind of telling you about elemental effects you can add together, which is interesting, if not entirely useful. Alright, so we're going to head back in. There's a few more fights I want to do. I'm not sure if I'm going to get both of them done in this episode, because the fights do take a fairly long time. But we're at the point where we've almost completely cleared out Fort Joy. There's a couple more fights I want to do here, one in this building here, and a second one down by these docks. And then there is one more underneath in the dungeons below. What are the chances you can unlock this? Probably pretty low. She hasn't been able to unlock any of them thus far. Nope. So what we're going to do is pick this up.
Junk.
Let's go to Fort Joy Square. Unfortunately, there's no real quick way for me to get back here, so I'm just going to have to run. But I guess while we come up, we can go to Los and actually loot this place a bit better, I suppose. We have Magister stored over here. You can see the red prince running up the side. Some paintings back here, which are worth a fair amount of gold. There is a book. Oh, there he is. I can deduct some recipes from this book, but this reads more like a puzzle than a recipe. I will have no experiment with what I can learn from these rhymes. Okay. Fire with sharp things and water with sea brings. Earth scrolls with blossoms and air scrolls with cotton. Or some soft things you find on the roads combined with an essence turns paper to scrolls. Okay. Learn how to make a bunch of scrolls. Okay. That's kind of useful, but honestly something I'm not particularly worried about. Making scrolls, for the most part, isn't that useful. There's a few scrolls that are kind of useful to make. Notably, if you can get the ingredients, making curse scrolls is kind of nice. Ooh. I need 2 huntsmen for that anyway. Arguable for her, though. Because what's that? 7 armor. That's 8 armor with huntsmen. Yeah. Fair enough. Alright. So there is a fight I can do in here. As you can see, there are 2 magisters. There is an elven prisoner. And there are 3 other guys up here. We can sneak through here, which is nice. Be very quiet. We're hunting rabbits. I'm also going to steal their paintings on the way.
Bring you closer to his perfect will. Yes, your source will be gone, but your sacrifice will be the salvation of hundreds.
What's this? Guards!
Oh,
What
whoops.
is this prisoner doing here?
Your Honor, I beg your pardon.
They've seen Lois, they haven't seen the Red Prince. Fine.
You! Who let you out of your cell? Come along. You'll be tried when you're called.
This Magister has a tarnished spirit. He's inflicted great suffering on many.
The Magister flushes with indignation. He lays a hand upon his sword.
It's for their own good. It's for the good of us all. If you can't understand that...
Let's not be hasty, Magister. This ought to be an education for all of us. Tell me, Sorcerer, what did you hope to gain by interrupting these proceedings?
Sister, do not stay here. You must run. Run!
Narrow your eyes and say you couldn't allow this travesty of justice to continue.
The only travesty is that anyone could be unwilling to sacrifice what must be sacrificed. All that you give up, you give back to the realm. It's very simple, and very selfish to refuse.
How does this death camp benefit anyone but the Divine Order?
Source attracts Voidwoken. Voidwoken bring death. As long as Source is contained, the Voidwoken will remain at bay. The Divine is dead. Have you forgotten? We are on our own. There is only us and what we can do to protect each other.
No protection is worth the price of freedom.
A very brave claim, made by many throughout the realm. And I'll see to it that they remain alive long enough to argue the point until we die of old age, warm in our beds.
How does he intend to protect the realm from sorcerers if they're so dangerous?
Ah, a wonderful question. How to explain it? You see, with this wand, I can leech the source from within you. You'll no longer attract Voidwoken. Rivellon need no longer fear you. All this talk, why don't I just show you? Madam, please do hold still.
No! Animal! Beast! Slug! Please! No! Ugh!
That's how they create the silent monks.
Perfection.
A wave of understanding passes over you. You realize that those creatures you've been meeting in the fort are cured sorcerers. People like you. You look at the High Judge in disgust.
I imagine it's quite hard for you to fathom. I don't suppose I'd look forward to this fate myself, but you must understand, if your kind are left well enough alone, the Voidwoken will destroy us. All of us. This elf has sacrificed her source. Some might say the spark of life within her. But she has done so in the name of us all. She is a hero.
Spare the party line, you're nothing more than a murderer.
I would have loved for you to have seen our point, my friend. It would have made your transformation all the more rewarding for both of us. But the Divine Order doesn't need you to understand. It only needs you to accept. Now it's your turn to repent, my friend. I'm so glad you joined us here today. Even if you can't admit it to yourself, perhaps now you realize how crucial you are to our salvation.
Alright. So the Red Prince still hasn't entered combat. Which is kind of insane. He's going back to staying next to Los, which is kind of annoying. But... jump over here. The good thing about Cloak and Dagger is you can teleport without breaking yourself. So you can see there we're still sneaking. Teleport him down there. That allows me to freeze 2 of them. It's not too bad. They get Armor of Frost off and heals off, which is annoying, but at the same time, eating one of his turns is probably worth it. I have fire resistance, I'm not too worried. Oy. That's alright. That didn't do anywhere near as much as I was expecting it to. Not bad. Interesting. I like it when I get multiple turns in a row. I'm actually going to come over here to get a range of these guys. If I can control the melee guys constantly, I'm really not too worried about this fight. The mages I care less about. They're really not going to do all that much to me in the grand scheme of things. Particularly if I get rid of them. Fantastic. We're now at the point where we're actually starting to run out of control, unfortunately. But High Judge ORIVAND does not have a lot of health left. 65 physical armor still. How much does this do? 39 to 43. Not enough, is the answer. I think auto-attacking is my best bet, unfortunately. He's probably going to Phoenix dive up to us, but... I could have killed him, by the way. So close to being able to hit him there. Alright. So let's grow some horns. Gives us Bull Rush, which allows us to get over here. That should give us view on ORIVAND. Uncanny Evasion on the Red Prince. Encourage for the Red Prince. And then we'll go invisible with Voice. It would have been brilliant if he fell over there. That was weird. It took a while on his turn for some reason. I need ORIVAND dead. So I'm just going to power through all into him. There we go. ORIVAND being dead makes a difference. Let's get rid of you. She has very little physical armor, so I'm actually going to Adrenaline here and do an Infect, which does some significant physical damage. She has to move forward. Two AP there might be enough. Totally is. Excuse the coughing. This guy just hates himself. He's a very greedy magister. Using all these potions and grenades, kind of annoying. I'm not too worried though. I've killed the major threat, which is ORIVAND, so the rest of them are kind of like, sure, it's a shame, but stunned, shocked. Let's do this. That'll put me out of fire. It'll also stun them. So they're all stunned. Clever. What wasn't so clever about that is the fact that I can immediately freeze him again. Hell, I can kill him again. Ice fan here. 87, 85. Go for him. Frozen. Lightning down here. As I was saying, control is king. I don't want him getting hit by her. I prefer Lois gets hit here. Just in case she has any control. Like Hail Strike. See, Lois got frozen there, which sucks. Got a freeze there. I mean, I may as well... Nah. I think we shields up. And if I can get a heal on Los... No, I can't. She's just out of range. This kind of sucks. In that case, run up this way a bit. Alright. So Losa can do some damage here. Kill this guy.
I'll yield to none.
Red Prince just leveled up. Make her bleed. Two AP to here. Move up here. Damn it, I'm gonna have to use one more AP, aren't I? Kinda sucks. But what you gonna do? I'm gonna put myself out of fire, just because I don't like being on fire. Alright, and then this one is the final one to kill, which should be a piece of piss, except there's not vision here for some reason. That's better. Alright, now they're dead too. Alright, sorry about that, we're back. So, we got these guys down, which is nice. A gold spoon, that's an interesting thing to be carrying, I suppose. So Hydra ORIVAND gave us yet another piece of body to eat. Oh yeah, that's the first time I've said what I'm going to be doing with them. I'm going to eat them, because this game lets you do that. There's a richly bound book. Take that and have a look. The sin of Source is inborn. We are all of us marked by this strange power, both creative and destructive. It is no wonder some are seduced to manipulate it. Still, there is a stark difference between that which is understandable and that which is permissible. The sin of Source has no place within our realm. Time and again it has gone rancid within its hosts, been used to torture and kill, called beast of unspeakable horror into our midst. It cannot continue. It's a weird thing about this as well, like, you can kind of understand why the I guess, church? It's not really a church, but you can understand why they're doing what they're doing to try and prevent the spread of Source, because, like, it is a net downfall for society for the most part. For the most part, it's just not good. It calls Voidworken, which kill people. I can't take that, it's too heavy. So, people are dying because of it all the time. There aren't really many sorcerers who are, like, curing the world of all these diseases or stuff. The actual power of Source seems to be more...
Swish. The Magisters certainly don't spare expenses, do they?
No, they do not. But there's no one, like, curing cancer with Source, you know what I mean? It's all these people who are using it for essentially ill gains. Granted, that may be because the fact that it is... We just got a cool spell there, by the way. It may be because it's illegal, and, like, because it's illegal, you tend to get... The only people using it are the kind of people who would be using it for nefarious, or at the very least, not particularly good reasons. So we've leveled up, which is nice. I'm going through and I'm just looting everything through this place, because why wouldn't you? The Red Prince is too heavy. Lusa, can you unlock this chest? You know what, before we do this, I'm actually going to give her a second level of lockpicking. She has no levels in Thievery. I thought she had a level in Thievery. No wonder I couldn't unlock any of these things. I thought she had a level in Thievery. Okay, I'm happy now. She can now unlock all this shit that she couldn't unlock before. We'll do the rest later. I just wanted her to be able to unlock this. Ugh, no wonder she's been troubling. Like, I thought I could unlock all these locks at this point, and the reason I can't is because she has literally no thievery. Also, the Red Prince is too heavy for some reason, and I don't know why. It's probably one of these paintings. Yeah, this painting weighs 20. That's insane. You take that painting, and then we'll be good, I think. A cautionary pamphlet. A fine book. And if you come out here... There's a chest. Colossal Strike, not too bad. And this, by the way, leads us out here, which is where the front gate was, which is kind of funny. You can actually just teleport your way up here and knock the ladder down, which is cool. I'll take the arrow flower. I'll also talk to her, because if she has another infect spell, I will buy it.
Leave me. Go.
She does. I'll take that, because Lois needs it, right? Yep. Yeah, sounds good. I can nearly straight up afford it. That's kind of great. They sell something for 1. There we go. Hopefully that letter wasn't important. I'm pretty sure it wasn't. I didn't even read it. I just... I'm an idiot. Alright, so let's go through these books. Some of these aren't important. Fine book. This one is lore about Lucian. Not entirely useful. If you want to read it, you can pause. This one is just a joke book. It's a fill in the blanks. It's kind of funny, but it's irrelevant for the most part. Tales of the Seven Gods. This one is certainly interesting. The Seven Gods are still young when they were still young when they decided that each of them should have their own race to guide through the eternal flow of time. And thus, it happened that Ralik, the most powerful of all gods, became the patron of the humans. The burly Duna created the dwarves in his own likeness, and even lived alongside them in the mountainous caves. Tercillendilius, the poet, went into the woods and created the elves. He blessed them with near immortality and wisdom. The reptile goddess Zolstissa wished to command a proud warrior race, and thus she created the lizard people, fierce fighters from the wastelands. The god Vrogir, renowned for his brutality and violence, created the orcs and enslaved them for more than 300 years before they left Rivellon. Zenteza, the goddess of mirth and laughter, wanted an intelligent race, versed in the arts of magic around her. She created the imps, who were talented magicians and engineers. The goddess Amadia was an outsider, preferring to live in complete solitude. As the centuries passed, the 6 races spread over the continent. One day, Amadia's dalliance with a wizard resulted in the birth of several demigods. She granted her love immortality and decided that she would act as the patron mother of the wizards. Although wizards are not considered as a separate race, they have always had their own goddess to pay tribute to. So that one's interesting. That's fairly significant lore, specifically for this game. That was a thing in the first game as well, but it's far more relevant in the second game. Cautionary pamphlet. Sailors, scavengers, and fellow magisters do not follow the light. There is no lighthouse in all of Driftwood, and no friendly fire by which to sail. Midnight flames are a ruse organised by dwarven filth to lure you into their piratical? As in, relating to pirates? I think that is literally what that word is. Piratical. Of or pertaining to pirates, I assume. Trust me, I know from whence I talk. Mag Everett. Or Magister Everett, I would assume. That is something that will come in handy, now that we've read that pamphlet. We can actually look into that later. It's a song, which teaches you how to do a resurrection scroll, apparently. Fahangite. This is just a book that gives you crafting recipes. Encyclopedia of Flora. Once again, same kind of thing. This tells you about the noxious bulbs that are outside the front of the in the what are they called? It's not the wastes. The Claws of Deceit is just a book talking about... It has some interesting stuff if you're going through if in the storyline, but otherwise it's not that useful, to be perfectly honest. And a letter. From the desk of Her Ladyship Dallas, right hand of Bishop Alexander, son of the Divine, to our brave troops in Fort Joy, be warned, a tediously bothersome but not altogether disorganized group of rebels calling themselves Seekers have set their eyes upon some of our sorcerers. They may or may not have facilitated the escape of at least 2 special ones, and you are forewarned to be on high alert. If any so-called Seeker are found, and are to be delivered to me in person directly for a treatment I and only I may administer, mistakes and missteps will not be tolerated. D for Dallas. Alright. Seek and you shall find. That's just telling us about the Seekers. Alrighty then. So, in there we also got this, which is Blood Rain. Essentially you rain blood from the sky and it sets bleeding on everybody, which is really cool. It's resisted by physical armor. But there are a few more useful reasons to have this other than just bleeding, which I'll go into later. There we go. Alright. So, at this point, I think what I'm going to do... Also, you can learn Infect. There we go. Sweet. Alright. So now, what I'm going to do is we're actually going to end the episode. I'm going to level up, and then from there we can end the episode. Just going to come over to here. Alright, so for the Red Prince, we need Strength and Finesse, up to 12 really. Feels like a waste of points, but at the same time, that allows me to have, if I have 12 Strength, 12 Finesse, and 12 Intelligence, it allows you to wear all of the armor in the first act. So it's, and like half of the second act as well actually, so it's really good to just level those up so you can wear whatever armor you want. As you see, I've already done it with her. It's not as efficient as going into Intelligence, which would raise our damage, or Memory, which would allow us to have more spells, but, you know, it's stuff we can deal with. Now, Aerothurge, Hydrophurge, Necrophurge, Huntsman, I believe is what we want here. And Personality... I kind of want Telekinesis, but at the same time I don't. I have 2 Lucky Charm from Gear, which is kind of insane. I kind of want to push persuasion up a bit. Or maybe bartering. I'll push bartering up a bit. Now, I already gave her thievery, so she can unlock all these chests. Intelligence, I think, probably. I mean, arguable to give her memory. Because there are some more spells she's going to need to know. Is that going to mean if that's 2 more spells? I think that's enough for now. So 18 memory and then intelligence up to 23. She needs Geomancer and she needs Pyromancer. I'll give her Pyro for now, which allows her to learn Clear-Minded as well as Haste. So she's starting to get her buffs fully up there, which is nice. To the point where I need to reorganize the bar, which I'll do in between episodes. I won't have you sit through that. But the last thing I want to do, before I forget, is I have 3 chests here that I can unlock all 3 of. So I'm going to do that right now. Unlocked. Unlocked. And pick the final one. And while she's doing that, I can open the other 2. Magical Dwarven Dagger. Rain Scroll, Plate, and 2-hander. Improvised Water Staff, Rain Scroll, and some gold. Alright. So not too bad, all things considered. I'll keep the Rain Scroll. The reason I'm keeping these scrolls, by the way, is we can combine skills later together. Which I do want to do. Alright, so he can learn Tactical Retreat, which is nice. I think what we actually do here is... I'll drop Cloak and Dagger and grab Tactical Retreat for now. I want both of them on him eventually, probably. Alright. I think we're good. I think we're good. So that's going to be it. Thanks for watching, guys. If you liked the video at any point, please leave a like. If you're not subscribed already, please consider subscribing. As always, thanks for watching, and I shall see you next time. Where we're going to take on the fight out here. Out here, there's a fight that we can take on, and there's also a fight underneath, and I think we're probably going to do both of them next time. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye.